Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Living Diaz by Diaz. I'm Angela Diaz and I'm just living my life day by day, trying new things, new experiments. It's what I love to do, I guess. So welcome. Oh my goodness, it's been a couple weeks. It has, but I have been working on some things. Okay, so much has been happening, but let me start off by talking about what I started working on in the beginning of February. I'm not going to go too much into it because I'm putting together a vlog about this experience. So here's what I started in February. I decided that I want to become a notary public. Why, you ask? Why would I want to become a notary? That's a good question. Best I got is I'm curious. um, I think I've always been curious about notaries. You know, they just always seem to be involved in like very important um, moments in life, like when you're um, buying a house, right? There's a notary there. You know, just so many important documents. And I always wondered, like, who can be a notary? What do you have to do to become a notary? How hard is it? Um, you know, I just had like all of these questions. And, you know, do I need to be a notary for any reason, like for my job or anything? Nope. Um, do I plan to do anything with my notary license? I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. Um, but anyways, that I'm working on. Okay, so I'm already actively involved in the process, and I wasn't wrong. This is a pretty interesting process. It's not what I expected. So I cannot wait for to fill you guys in on everything once it's complete. Once it's complete and I am a licensed notary, I'll put my videos together and I'll share them with you so that you can see what that was like. So I'm excited. That's pretty cool. I think that's really, really cool. Another interesting thing that has been happening, actually, this has been an ongoing thing. I have, whew, I mean, oh my goodness, like all of my adult children are all moving back home. This is interesting. And so for the first time in like 11 years, all of my children will be living in the same house. Um, so I think, let me see, last weekend, my second oldest moved back in. My son moved back in December, and then my oldest is moving in this coming weekend. So I'm gonna really like have a full house. So all that to say kind of is during the process of me making space for my oldest daughter, so she has what's kind of like my old room. I'm up here on the third floor. This is what we call the penthouse. And this is still in renovation. This was like an attic that was just completely unfinished, no insulation, one light bulb, one outlet, splintery old wood floors, just old creaky windows. It was just non-habitable. And so last year I started the project of, you know, renovating it little by little. It's still a work in process. You can see like see there's still insulation that I have to get done up there. I'll give you a tour of this space at some point. But anyways, but my old room kind of still had a whole bunch of my clothes and my dresser, and I had 3 closets in there. So anyways, I was cleaning out my room so that my oldest could move into that room. And I found my kalimba, okay? And here's what's funny about this. I found not one, not two, but 3 kalimbas in my room, okay? 1, 2, 3. Let me open this one so you can see what it looks like inside. Okay. And that's not even the funniest part. The funniest part of this is I don't even know how to play the kalimba. This goes back to my compulsive buying. And I think what happened was, like, maybe I saw on Facebook or on YouTube videos of people playing kalimbas, and I thought, oh, that looks so cool. That sounds really nice. Oh, I bet I can learn that. Mind you, I am just not musically talented, but something in me said, I think I can do this. And I must have. Here's what I'm thinking happened. It's been so long, I don't remember. I think, like, I bought this one because I think this is the cheaper of these, and I'm assuming this one's cheaper than these because this comes in like in a nice hard case, and this came in like a velvet sack. Look at the little tie at the top. So maybe I tried playing it and thought I wasn't any good. So maybe it can't be me. It's not me. It's got to be the cheap kalimba. So I figured I would probably buy a more expensive one so that so that I could play, I guess. And then for whatever reason, and it's beyond me why I have 2 of the exact same one. Was it like a buy one, get one free sale? Did they accidentally send me 2 kalimbas? Did I think my package got stolen? They sent me a replacement and then my package showed up. I don't know. I don't know why I have 2 of these. And they're like brand new. Like they look like they've never been touched. Like, look at this. And then when you take this out, behind it, it's got like a little tuning hammer and some stickers for the notes or something. I don't know. But if you see that, it's already got the note, the C, E, G, B, D. It's already got the notes kind of engraved on these keys. But anyways, I have 3 kalimbas and I don't know how to play them. So I thought it would be fun to actually give it a go. So that is what my project is for this week. My project is to learn one song. My question is, can someone with no musical ability, no musical talent, no previous playing knowledge of this simple, portable, adorable, it's beautiful, look at this. Could someone learn how to play a song in a week? And it sounds beautiful, look. Oh, let me do it this way because I might be muffling the sound, but. And you just use your thumbs to hit the keys. I mean, it seems simple enough, right? And then it's got numbers on these keys, and it's also got the notes, D, B, G, E, is that E? C, A, F, D, C, and it goes back up, right? E, G, B, D, F. So it's got it engraved, so it can't be hard, right? Okay, it cannot be hard. So that is my project for this week. I looked at a couple of different YouTube videos to select what song seems to be really beginner friendly and what, just what would be a good song for me to start with. And like, I want to see if this is something that I enjoy, something that I think that is one, a cool little portable thing that I can take around with me and stop me from doom scrolling, right? That was one of my previous projects, was getting off of Facebook. So I do have a lot of time on my hands, and yeah, is this something that, I'll pick up instead of my phone and just kind of tinker with it and practice? Um, it has to be good for my cognitive um, function, right? Like has to be a good cognitive exercise, good brain exercise, because I think any learning of instruments or languages and things like that is all like good for your brain. So I've always wanted to learn an instrument, and I used to take guitar lessons. Here's another funny story about my buying. So I was taking guitar lessons, and I had like $125 guitar that I had bought. And I was awful. Like, I was not really that good. My progress was super slow, and I just sounded bad. And again, I was like, it must be this cheap guitar. So, God, it's pretty funny. So I was like, I need a better guitar. That's the problem. So I went and I bought like I think it was a $3,500 Martin electric acoustic guitar. Beautiful. It was just beautiful. And I mean, playing it definitely was like night and day from the cheap guitar to this Martin. I still wasn't good, but at least my mistakes just resonated beautifully. You hit one string and it was just like a harp, even though it was the wrong string. So, yeah, I mean, I did that for maybe about a year or two. And I started making some progress and whatnot. But I think I couldn't afford the guitar lessons anymore. I stopped practicing, and then I just pretty much forgot everything that I had learned. I mean, I was reading music and everything, and I knew a bunch of songs. They weren't great, but anyways, I don't know. Just the guitar wasn't, and it was a little more difficult to find the time to practice because it was so big and bulky. I couldn't just take it everywhere. You know what I mean? I feel like something like this really appeals to me because I can put it in my bag. Maybe not this one. I'll probably like take this one around because it's got a hard case to protect it, but it's easy. It's got like a carrying strap. And I usually have like a big, almost like a duffel bag that I take to work with me, so I'll have my shoes, my lunch, my books, my planners, like, so this will easily fit in there. And I can, yeah, definitely take it everywhere I go, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. I can't imagine it would take a whole lot of time or practice with skill whereas like with guitar, I had to like train my fingers to make weird, unnatural positions while also doing something completely different with this hand. So whether I'm like finger styling this while I'm like doing this, I mean, it's just, come on now. It's a bit, that was a bit much. But this, it's basically your thumbs. All right, you're holding it and you're just hitting it with two thumbs. I mean, how much skill does that require? I think I can do this, y'all. I think I can play a song on the kalimba. But anyways, I was on YouTube looking for songs, and what I have decided on as a very easy beginner-friendly song to practice with is You Are My Sunshine. Okay? Everybody knows that song. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. That one. So I saw a very basic beginner version of it where it's just one note at a time. Now I saw a couple versions of it where they were just like, I mean, it sounded beautiful. Beautiful, but way too difficult, way too advanced. But the version that I picked is just one note at a time. Bing, 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 bing. Simple. Simple. I know I can do this. Okay. So while I am studying for my notary stuff, I will also be studying You Are My Sunshine. I will be playing it on the kalimba. I will practice every day. And maybe I'll vlog it. I think that would be really cool, actually. You know, just a little clip of my progress every day, and then a final bloop revelation video of the entire song. That sounds pretty cool. I think I'll do that. I think I'll do that. But yeah, so I mean, that's kind of all I had for you today. I have found so many other things while I was cleaning my room. Another thing that I found was this whole watercolors kit. So I had like these watercolor paints and brushes and watercolor paper and all of this stuff because, again, I'm an impulsive compulsive shopper, or I was. Let's correct that. I was until I stopped that January 1st. But anyways, again, I was probably watching videos on Facebook or YouTube, and I saw people doing beautiful watercolor paintings. I mean, I would just watch them and they would go fwop, 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 dab, dab. And it was like a whole forest with trees, a waterfall, a sun, and fairies, you know? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so easy. I can do that. And so I got all this watercolor painting stuff. I think I tried to paint flowers once, and that was it. That's as far as I went with that. So I can see that being in my next project, and I did jot that down in my little handy dandy notebook as a future project. Like, hey, I spent this money. I never even really tried to put like actual effort and learn and technique and follow videos to see if it's something that I actually would enjoy. So I did jot that down. But for now, it is the kalimba. I'm going to see if I can become one with this instrument. Okay. So thank you so much for sticking around with me and watching this video. And I hope that you stick around long enough to see my progress, to see if I can, with my non-musically talented self, if I can play an instrument. And also stick around to see my notary licensing video and see what that process was like and if I was successful. All right. Well, I will talk to you soon. Leave your comments on anything and everything, what you think about the kalimba. Have you played it before? Have you heard it before? Have you seen the videos that I've seen that make you think that you can do this? Are you a notary? And like, what are you doing with it? What's it like? Just let me know, okay? I'll talk to you later. Good night. Bye, y'all.